I just found this beautiful place and we are going to sketch a lavender flower tree situation. Hello you guys and welcome back to day 27 of Plein Air April. I think this is a rare angle or rare opportunity where I actually get to have a really nice seat and I get to sit down and just chat with you guys a little bit and paint comfortably, because now I have a whole desk table surface situation where I lay down all my stuff. Same thing today, we have a sketchbook. We have my watercolor paints from our toolkit that I've already spritzed down with some water. We have my fountain pen, which this is how small it is when it's all capped up, and this is what it looks like when it is out and about. And then we have our two trusty water brushes, one of which is smaller than the other one, and we're gonna use them depending on what the situation is. And let's get started. I just found this beautiful place and we are going to sketch a lavender flower tree situation. What better to show spring than with some flowers, right? I also wanted to show you guys real quick this camera that I got for my birthday. This camera is crowdfunded from all of my friends. Thank you to anybody who has contributed to this. I've just been enjoying it so much, just trying to experiment taking POV shots of this. I haven't used it for that long, just a few days. So I'm not sure if I'm comfortable yet to recommend this as a really good purchase for artists. I do have a code down below, which if you buy from there, the company Insta360 does give you some extra freebies, so it's probably worth checking out. But yeah, I'll definitely talk about this camera a little bit more in the future with some in-depth reviews and to see if this actually works for artists. Like in the previous video, the angle that it got was pretty interesting, so I'm trying to see if I could use it a little bit better today. Let me know what you guys think. Is this camera worth it? It's pretty cool though. Let me just show you really quick. What the heck? It's so cool. Oh my god. Love, absolutely love. Welcome back to the top angle that you guys may or may not enjoy. I am just trying to draw this tree in really quickly. I don't think there was a lot of detail, so I didn't really want to put that much in as well. I didn't want to focus on the architecture. I wanted to focus more on the tree itself and more specifically the flowers. So this is what I'm trying to focus on here. The camera's moving quite funny. I don't know. Oh, wait, that's me. It's because it's on my cap, guys. So every time I move, this thing moves. Darn it, I need to figure out a better angle to do this. Oh god, there's gotta be a lot of editing done for this one. But yeah, I'm just focusing on the trees, the branches. Oh my god, I move so much. Oh, because I'm looking up and down. Okay. Darn it, Becky. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can time-lapse this. And here we go. I'm here just trying to wet the whole page so I can drop some colors on the background, and this is actually where I made my first mistake. I just started painting this without any planning, or well, I did plan it, but I didn't think this bit through. So the key essence that I wanted to get out of this sketch is I wanted the color, the lavender color of the flowers to pop. So in order for me to do that, ideally I would have a dark background. And as you can see from what I'm doing right here, the background is super light, so when I put the flowers in later, the colors don't really pop. I know I'm trying to add in the shadows. This is me really not thinking forward, because I was just trying to think like, oh my god, I should add in dimension to this whole thing, add in some shadows and stuff. And I mean, fair enough, I've never really used a bright lavender color in my drawings before. And this is what happens when I'm trying to make a new color for the first time, like a new mix, is that you don't really know how dark / how light it will end up being. So I am very familiar with my greens and my browns. So these colors, I know how to mix them quite well from the colors I have in my palette, and therefore if I were to put them on top of each other, I can kind of control which one pops and which one doesn't based on the brightness and darkness of my sort of experience that I have in my head. But this lavender is a really new color, and I think having it mixed with white also confuses things a little bit, because oftentimes I don't know why, but with watercolor, when you mix white into it, the color actually turns out darker. It doesn't turn out lighter for some reason. I am not sure if it's because it's sitting on top of a darker color or also because it turns the color to be a little bit more opaque, and therefore it doesn't have that transparency, brightness, glow where the paper is showing like it normally would in watercolor. Mistake number 2 is also because some point at the end of this clip, my battery dies, and it's because I didn't charge my camera yesterday and I didn't have a sense on how long the camera battery can last. But the thing is, I took it out filming yesterday and I put in like a good chunk non-stop continuous filming of 15 minutes. It drained a lot of memory, it drained a lot of battery. So that was totally my fault. And even though this camera does come with a case that can charge the camera, I don't think there was just enough juice in this whole thing. So apologies you guys, I will try to explain everything in a subsequent clip that I took with my phone. Back to the basics, I guess. I promise I'll get better at this, I promise, and there's gonna be clips and there's gonna be more stability and I'll figure this whole dang thing out. But in the meantime, you are seeing me struggle with the lavenders. So this is the exact moment where I pop in my color and I realize it is not working. I realize like it is not popping. I realize that it's purple, but it doesn't stand out. It's not as like bam in your face that I expected it to be. So here I am trying to add dimension to the tree trunks with some darker colors and also trying to add in a little bit more of lavender while realizing my problem. And I was there drawing it at the corner of the page to see if I put purple on just white paper, would it make a difference? And I don't think so. So this is me just trying to darken everything up, darkening the trunks again, hoping maybe the leaves would pop, but in the end I'm just gonna go over it. This is how it starts. I'm just slabbing on some green. At first I think, okay, maybe I can just do the green around it, but then I decided to darken the whole background as well. And essentially what happened for me this day is I just did it over and over and over again. I just continuously added on and layered on darker colors and darker colors and darker colors in the hopes that I am able to somehow magically make the lavender pop. As it turns out, my camera ran out of battery, so I'm just gonna walk you quickly through what I was doing. So essentially, after when we stopped, I just saw that the colors weren't working, mainly because the brightness value scale of the greens as well as the brightness value scale of these lavenders were a bit too similar to each other. So these lavender colors weren't like popping out. I'm not sure if it comes out on camera here, but you can see that I did basically try to darken around the edges. I even basically alternated between slobbing black and dark colors, and then I would put more light colors on top and I will go back to the dark if it's not dark enough, and I just built layers and layers and layers of it. So this is the end result. It is quite different from here because, as you can see, the background of this tree is lighter, but sometimes we just have to edit it a little bit to make sure that what I want shows up. And I think if I had done like a really dark passing in the first try and then started popping out colors, it would come out a lot nicer. But I guess this is day 27 of Plain April right here. And that is is going to be all for me today, guys. Thank you so much for coming along again on our pineapple adventure. We have like, oh my gosh, we have like 3 days left to draw, which is insane. I'm going to come back and do another video of what I have learned from these past 30 days, which, not gonna lie, it has been a journey. So I do have that video planned. In the meantime, I hope you've been enjoying today's sketch venture, and I hope you get to take some time today to go outside, even if not just sketching, to just like sit in and breathe in the fresh air. Like, I've had a really busy week, so I'm actually really grateful that I had this time to just be still, not listen to music, not listen to podcasts or anything, and just sketch. It's just a way to ground myself in the present moment, and I'm enjoying this activity for me. I think it's my sort of meditation, and I hope to continue doing that. I have been Becky. You've been great. I'll see you next time. Bye.